Hey guys, M13 here, and I was going to the motorcycle shop, but then I was doing a video blog, and I ended up just like overshooting my destination by 10, 15 minutes. So now I'm just wandering around some side streets for the heck of it. Yeah, let's talk about, I'm reading some new books. They're pretty good. They're the R.A. Salvatore Drizzt series. I don't know. It's not. It sounds like Drizzt, but it's not. It's Drizzt. I don't know. It's pretty good. It's like Dungeons and Dragons type storybook, but it's still good. um, there's like 13 books or so out already. I've been reading those. There's a series I really want to recommend to you guys, and it's 3 books. Well, actually, there's 2 series I want to recommend right now. Number 1 is Elantris, Elantris, by Brendan Sanderson, I think that's his name. That's like, it's kind of crazy. It's like this epic fantasy story, like up there with like Lord of the Rings or whatever. But it's only 1 book, which is kind of amazing, and it's complete. So what the fuck? He's like swerving into the oncoming lane because there's a bicycle on the side that's like nowhere near him. Is that what he's doing? So yeah, Elantris, it's really, really good, and it's cool because if you're not into fantasy books, like if you've never read a fantasy series like Wheel of Time or Fire and Ice or the well-known Lord of the Rings, which kind of sucks to be honest. Like, if you've never read like, the problem is Lord of the Ring fucking kills fantasy for a lot of people, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm gonna go try reading some fantasy books, because I like these fantasy movies. I like the Lord of the Ring movies. I like these other, dragon movies or whatever. So you think to yourself, okay, I'll go out and buy some fantasy books. So you go out and you get Lord of the Rings, because that's like the most famous of the fantasy books. And guess what? It's like fucking long-winded and boring, and it's like over-descriptive, and, nothing really... No one ever dies. It's kind of too fucking Disney, It's like I'm not a fan. You got like some new guy walks into the book, and then they spend like 2 pages describing like his clothing, and it's like, I don't give a fuck what he's wearing, Like, just give me a general description. My imagination will take up the slack, and my imagination will do it in more detail than your fucking long ass description that I'm forced to sit through. So, yeah, Lord of the Rings really kind of, yeah. I didn't even finish Lord of the Rings. I bought it and I read like halfway through the first book, and I'm like, nah, no thanks. But like, Wheel of Time series, fantastic. But it's a huge series. It's like 15 books or something. So if you don't want to make that kind of a commitment, I highly recommend Elantris, because it's just 1 book, and it's the whole story. And when you finish reading it, it feels like you've gone through like some kind of epic, like, huge story, even though it isn't. It's got an epicness about it. So I recommend that. If you got a bit more time, or if you're a bit less wary of fantasy books, there's another series. It's 3 books, and it's full story, 3 books, called the Mistborn series, but same author, Brendan Sanderson. Mistborn, freaking amazing. It's just like the guy created like a whole alternate universe that is nothing like anything you've read or heard about or seen in a movie. Like, he just creates like, most authors, they just regurgitate Dungeons and Dragons or vampires or some other type of known fantasy. But this guy, in both of his books, in Elantris and the Mistborn series, he just creates whole new universes that have nothing in common, like, with anything that you're familiar with. And it's just awesome. And within no time, you're like, you understand it, and you're feeling it. Mistborn. He's got another one too. Shit. I'll write it in now. I think this video is pretty much done. He's got one other series. And, well, anything... How about we just say this? Anything by Brendan Brendan Sanderson is just good. Like, it really is.
你看你也想睡觉。
Lake Minnewanka, compromise with nature.